Hi everyone, welcome back to the Metamorphosis blog. I hope that your 2020 is off to a fantastic start. We are here for post number 3 today. Drum roll please. Stop owning your battles. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? All right, first I need you to kind of step into my mind. Come on and step into my mind. So each of us have a story and a destiny, and at the end result of that is the bigger picture. And ultimately, God has the blueprint already designed for your life. Sometimes it's in the midst of anything that we may experience that I think we forget that we're not in the driver's seat, and God is actually the one who navigates our direction. So all day I've been thinking about Joseph's story, and Joseph in the Old Testament was adored by his father and envied by his brothers to the point where they actually sold him. Can you even imagine? They sold him. But it wasn't until years later that after being in a pit and a prison that he was actually able to, with God's direction of course, decipher Pharaoh's dream and save the land. But after that, he was promoted and reunited with his family. But after reunited with his brothers, one thing that Joseph said that was so profound and so relevant is the fact that you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. All right. Over time, what I began to realize is that he understood that even though he had experienced the betrayal of his family, and even though he had to endure hardship for years, he gained a new perspective. And the perspective was the fact that this wasn't even his battle to begin with. You know, sometimes through life, some of our battles that we encounter are not brought on by our own hands, but through circumstances or betrayal. And it's learning how to assess the situations and recognize that, listen, this situation is so much bigger than me. So definitely, instead of complaining about the negatives of the situation, we have to learn how to turn our mindsets around and focus on what lessons can be learned from this, or who will this impact? What is the bigger picture here? Oftentimes, this isn't our mentality, but instead we have the mindset to be stuck in the moment and stuck in ourselves. And trust me when I say having this mindset and perspective can be overwhelming. I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed with thoughts, possibilities, and scenarios flooding through your mind. But when this happens, I also recognize that that was the moment that I took ownership over the battle. That was the moment that I didn't allow myself to completely trust God. It's funny because these last 3 blogs to me have a common theme, and I really believe that the message that's trying to be conveyed is simple, and that's just to trust God. One of the parts of any solid foundation in any relationship is trust. So why not trust God? Why do we allow ourselves to be overwhelmed with circumstances beyond our control? I can't tell you how many times that I faced a predicament where I'm on the edge of something new, something unfamiliar, and it makes me so uncomfortable. But what I can tell you is that on the other side of that is always an opportunity of growth, or an opportunity to learn, or an opportunity to change. It's in the decisions that we make today that impact the outcome of our tomorrows. Listen, every decision matters. Yes, even the decision about waking up early or making your bed. It may sound silly, but in my experience, when you neglect what we call small decisions, it can cascade and create a ripple effect into something so much bigger. Just think about it. How many times have you committed to do something and you started out so strong, but at some point you stopped being consistent? Dropping the ball isn't something that just happened, but it was really in the smaller choices that you neglected, which continue to build over time, that manifested into your lack of consistency. I know my pastors sometimes say, if you can't say amen, say ouch. And I definitely just said ouch right there. But it's so true. You sabotage your own self when you neglect to choose a decision that will benefit you in the long run. And the only person who should take the responsibility of that blame is yourself. So I reiterate to you, you don't own the battle, but you do own your decision, all right? So my prayer for you today is that you begin to have a new perspective and a new outlook on any situation and any circumstance that you're currently going through, and that you begin to learn how to trust God, and that you develop and build that trust, that you are no longer overwhelmed with the cares of this world, but you can learn how to cast your cares upon Him because He cares for you and He loves you. All right? God bless you. Thank you so much again for watching, for reading, for subscribing. Please continue to share and get the word out. Let's continue to go on this journey together. All right? I'll see you next time. Bye.